All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the after party with the Community Managers Brain Trust event. We just wrapped up another great monthly Brain Trust meeting. And it still remains the biggest question. How do you create community engagement? So I've got this excellent panel with me here today. We're just going to share some of the best ideas that we heard in the breakout rooms. And so with that, can everyone introduce themselves quickly?
Sure, I'm Craig. I am from Jaunty, the Gym for Social Skills, and I run a community around personal development, individuals who are getting involved with our community, our learning skills.
I'm Maria Silverheart, and I run a couple tech communities. One is for Bug Crowd, which is ethical hacking, and another one is for Analytics Club, which is for data science professionals. And I'm just really excited to be sharing ideas.
Hi, I'm Tamara Mullins. I'm a community manager for 1776. We are a co-working flexible office innovation hub here in Indianapolis, helping connect entrepreneurs to resources and programming in the wider Indianapolis community.
Hi, my name is Zach. I work as a technical moderator for a game engine studio. We make the engines that make video games, but recently I've started my own community focused on tech and entertainment on Meetup, and because of my passion for technology and entertainment, and I really want to try to get more people involved in that movement.
Awesome. So this is great. We have a really good spread. We should have a really fantastic discussion today. So let's just open it up. I mean, the two biggest questions community managers have right now is metrics. What metrics do you measure? But also, how do you create engagement inside of the community? I mean, aside from maybe going high level, we know that we need to have swag. We know that there needs to be some gamification involved in that. But if we could dive a little bit deeper, that would be fantastic. What are some things you all are seeing in your communities and are witnessing with other community managers that seems to be working in terms of creating community engagement?
Yeah, for us, it's been a really interesting journey post-pandemic of creating programming for our members to build that engagement after a year of seeing everyone in little boxes. People are interested in getting back together, but we've found that having hybrid events, offering an online version and an in-person version is going to be what we stick with going forward. And to help support that, sending out questions to our members constantly saying, what kind of programming do you want to see? Where are you struggling now? How can we support you in building the programming around that and kind of working our way backwards instead of pitching a program and then hoping people are interested in it. We're using their interest and then building the program.
I think that personal connection is something that kept being brought up in the different conversations and different ways of doing that, especially if you're doing like virtual communities, finding a way to have some kind of personal connection, whether it's like even a more one-to-one breakout room or smaller group breakout rooms, or some ideas around having like programs that are pairing up members in the community and matching members of the community based off of interest or skills, so that way that they can just feel more related to that and see that there are other people in the community that do think the way they think or experiencing some of the same dilemmas or challenges that they're experiencing and feel less alone.
I think one of the biggest things I faced is, like everyone mentioned, swag. So the first thing I thought was, what can I use to benefit me in order to help, my journey, but at the same time, someone else's. So I reached out to a few companies, like software companies. They make like a coding IDE and even publication companies that write books on, say, specific topics that my group might be interested in, and I'll have either those authors come on to talk about their, you know, their book, their writing, their journey, and also give away these books during events, as well as, you know, software. I mean, that helps a little bit, but I think the challenge is just getting people to consistently come back. And I think one thing that helped a little bit was having people like hold out after the events were done and really getting their feedback. Like, what do you guys want to see? You know, specifically, do you like this particular format? Should I run a different format? Maybe instead of an overview, something very specific, or, you know, really, because the community is really all about them. Without the community, you really don't have a group. So that's kind of one thing I realized, like, what do people want? And I try to, aside from swag, of course, but it's, at the end of the day, you join a community because you want to learn something or you want to network. Really, that's kind of, you know, what I try to think when I've been putting all this together. But definitely meeting this group, and Paul, thanks for putting it together. I mean, getting a lot of ideas from people that a lot of times I feel alone, because I'm like, what do I need to do to get people to come to events, or what can I do to promote interaction? But when I saw this event, I was like, oh, great. It's like a brain trust of people that have a common goal, like, you know, that are similar to mine. So it's a few things that kind of popped into my head as far as my own experience.
Thanks, Zach. Great insights. Really, really great. And I love the different points of view. And some really important things to take into note is, I loved your point, Zach, where, you know, you're saying that at the end of the day, it's about the community members. And so taking the agile approach, you know, 1776, y'all have taken the agile approach, making things, a lot of times with events, we want to be super, super planned, but that can detract from being and staying relevant with your audience, right? So you've got to be relatively agile. And then of course, Maria and Zach together, not, people often feel like they're siloed and they feel like they're alone. And when you bring a community together, it's about not feeling that way, right? Going back to an old show, Cheers, you want to go to a place where people know your name.
Yeah, well, it's been great to come to this meeting for the past few months. I have really enjoyed just collecting everyone's ideas and feeling like, you know, that there are others that are struggling with the same things, or that, you know, when I do have an idea and I hear someone else mention it, then I'm like, oh, my idea is not that bad. Other people are thinking about that idea too. So it's been really great. Thank you so much for hosting these.
Well, thank you for coming and thank you for being involved. Any last thoughts on engagement that we can give to the audience in this quick video?
Oh, I do. I have one. Memes. I did not think that they were so impactful, but I have really come to find, to learn that memes are very important.
Can you expound on that a little bit, Maria?
Yeah, we've had some cases where just having memes circulating around the community shows the engagement, because otherwise, you know, people are talking about more technical things and they're going back and forth about more of the nitty gritty on the tech stuff. But these memes that kind of share some of the technology, or your feeling about the technology at that time, you know, they're expressed in just a quick image, and, you know, people can and laugh about that, or they can come kind of just get a feeling that, you know, it doesn't all that, you know, being around the community or centralizing the community doesn't always have to be that you're talking about that tech stuff or whatever the, you know, main topic is of your community, that there's other ways to connect that are still on topic, you know, but it doesn't have to be like so serious. I guess that's what it is. It's like when people are not so serious and make it a little bit more fun, then there's a little bit of engagement, and you're like, oh, we're listening to that, you know, we got so many reshares or whatnot. So I've been learning that people are listening even though they're silent, and some of those memes help people come out the woodwork.
Yeah, that, I like that insight. Well, everyone, thank you so much for your insights today on engagement. We will see you at the next Brain Trust meeting. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the next one.